This clip is resurfacing of a former Israeli intelligence officer just flat out saying that Epstein was a blackmail operation for the state of Israel. I mean, what more do you need when you have, Israeli whistleblowers coming forward? You have all of the files, and yet some people are actively trying to lie to our faces, turn a blind eye. So this is Ari bin Manashi. Take a listen to this clip here, and let's discuss it.
Some years ago. Now, Jeffrey Epstein is dead. Now, Ghislaine Maxwell, there are reports she's in Paris. You maintain that it was your employer, Robert Maxwell, owner of the Daily Mirror. You say that he was an Israeli agent, and as was his daughter.
He was not my employer. I would like to correct that.
Okay.
We worked together with him.
And you say that his daughter, Ghislaine, also, though, worked for Israel, and it was Robert Maxwell who introduced Jeffrey Epstein to Ghislaine Maxwell way before the 1990s, as mainstream media is reporting.
Correct. Mr. Epstein was introduced to Ms. Maxwell probably sometime in the 80s. And Mr. Maxwell also...
Let's just stop there. Just for context, what he's basically talking about is Robert Maxwell is the former Israeli Mossad agent working with Mossad, was an Israeli Mossad agent. I reported yesterday that Robert Maxwell actually helped capture Mordechai Vanunu, the former Israeli nuclear technician who worked at Dimona, who came forward and said he had near certain indications that Israel assassinated John F. Kennedy. Robert Maxwell, Ghislaine Maxwell's father, helped the Mossad capture the guy, the whistleblower, who said that Israel assassinated JFK and alleged that. I have to say alleged because I don't want to get my video taken down. Here's my disclaimer for YouTube guidelines. So Robert Maxwell is the one who actually helped with that. And he did a lot of other clandestine operations with the Mossad, getting counterintelligence from the Europeans, stealing information from the Europeans for the Mossad, and much, much more. So that's kind of the reference there. And Epstein got connected to Ghislaine Maxwell through her father. So let's take a listen to the rest of this here.
Thought he might be introducing a fellow to date his daughter. He tried to do a favor to his daughter, to find her a shidduch, as they say.
You're talking about
match.
The Epstein.
Okay, and that didn't really quite work out. I suppose what the most alarming allegations that you've been making are that the entire Epstein operation was a honey trap operation to entrap politicians, policymakers, celebrities, people in the media eye, basically to become Israel's assets.
Yep.
Correct. That it became basically an intelligence operation to entrap different politicians around the world.
I mean, so this is why I made a statement yesterday, and I said, our entire government at this point, we're just fully occupied. Actually, the entire globe, it seems like, and somebody responded saying, no, it's just the United States. It's not just the United States. It's not just the United States at all. Maybe, we can try to argue and say it's just the West. Seems like the entire West is fully blackmailed by Israel. I think maybe we could try to argue that. But it's not just America. That's the thing. I mean, we already saw, Prince Andrews. A lot of other people are implicated here. And I think they truly have a grip. And when I say they, I mean Israeli intelligence. I think they have such a stranglehold on so much of the West at this point. And we know this is true because if it wasn't, then you wouldn't see so many Western countries supporting Israel to this degree, even when Israel is actively committing atrocities in Gaza and the Israeli-occupied West Bank. They'll speak about it, they'll actively condemn it, but you'll see this massive disconnect between the civilian populations in these countries and then the leaders. And it's like the leaders don't listen to their population at all. I thought that we elected leaders to represent us. But the second those individuals get in office, they no longer represent us. It's like they become our parent figures. They try to take on this authoritarian role over us and tell us what to do as if we didn't put them in those positions. They tend to forget that. I personally think that, whenever something big, whenever there's a big vote and there's a big event, I don't understand why these politicians aren't going back and listening to what their communities want. Their congressmen, their congresswomen, their goals, what their intent should be is to reflect the interests of the people that they represent. But that's not what's happening. What's happening nowadays is they reflect back the interests of their lobbyists or of the Mossad or whoever else is blackmailing them, and that's what the entire Epstein scheme was. And I don't. It's not over. It's not over. Epstein might be over. That guy's out of the picture. This is still going on. Israeli honeypot operations are still going on. They'll still continue to go on. Figuring out ways to grab compromising material, Israeli officials figuring out ways to compromise the United States, that will still continue. Epstein might be out of the picture, but this is still going on. I wouldn't be surprised if this entire sick scheme that Epstein had going on with these young American girls is still happening. I wouldn't be surprised because these sickos that have positions of power, these sickos that have these disgusting, interests, for lack of a better word, it's not going to stop after Epstein's taken out of the picture. There's still going to be ways to compromise these people, and there's still going to be a desire to want to compromise those people. It's not done. It's not done. If anything, it just became even more discreet now. And when it came to the Epstein file release, this is what I mean. At the end of the day, guys, whether it's the JFK files or the Epstein files or the 9/11 files, what's stopping the government from destroying everything before they release it out to the public? I mean, we got 3 million documents. Who's to say that, the 200 documents that are the most incriminating weren't destroyed? Why wouldn't they destroy it? I'm not saying I don't want them to destroy it, but I'm saying why wouldn't they? It's not like they have any morals at all. So what's stopping them? Is there going to be a third party looking at them as they release the files and being like, hey, you can't erase that? No. What's stopping them? I already think that they destroyed the most incriminating documents. I think they're giving us piecemeal. But anything that is truly damning, anything that is truly going to put a lot of people in prison, I think they already destroyed it. I think they did the exact same thing with the JFK files. They'll just destroy it. Why wouldn't they? Why wouldn't they? So, this is why we really have to take all of this with a grain of salt and just recognize that whatever they're releasing is the things that they think are the least harmful. And what is actually cataclysmic, that could actually change, the general populace's position on things that actually matter, that stuff's already long been destroyed. And who was it? I don't trust the guy. I think he's disgusting. Jeffrey Epstein's brother. Is it Mark Epstein is his name? He came out publicly, like I'd say 2 months ago, saying, oh yeah, they're destroying things at a facility in Richmond, Virginia, or in Virginia or something like that. I mean, that's already pretty obviously known at this point. So that's it for this video, guys. If you found it interesting, I'd appreciate it if you click the subscribe button below and give it a thumbs up as well. Also, I just started my membership recently, so if you join as a member, you get to see my members only recap videos at the end of every day. It's only like $5 a month, and it supports my channel and allows me to do it as a full-time job, so I'd appreciate it. Otherwise, I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care. Bye.